Yeah, soldiers, it's your boy the Anime Stage coming to you for another video, and this is once again number 3 of the fanfic recommendations video, specifically Naruto fanfics. Anyways, as we get into this video, I hope you guys enjoy this batch of fanfics I recommend you guys read, and I hope that you guys enjoy, maybe potentially in the future, me making a series out of some of these fanfics in the future as well, and some other fun stuff in between. But before we get into this, shout out to my boy Drew for ending this video, and stay tuned for any videos that are going to come out this week. I did take a week off due to Thanksgiving, but I'm back now, so let's get it. And go follow my social medias, they're all on screen, AnimeStage4, MA_Stage4, and my Discord server, which is linked in the description, and the first two, obviously, Twitter and Instagram. Again, if you want to follow my social medias again, those are linked in the description. And finally, watch my community tab like a hawk, that's really important. And now, without further ado, we can get right into this video, so let's get started. Alright, so the first two fanfics I'm gonna recommend are two very recent fanfics that I think are pretty interesting as concepts. The first one is The Chronicles of Teen 12 by Oleru. A short summary of this fanfic is this. Uzumaki and Naruto as different team partners. That way, he, barely keeping up in the class until graduation, gets two geniuses on his team. Hyuga Neji and Yamanaka Ino are on his team, with the infamous Hatake Kakashi as his teacher. Together, new ninja who despise each other must work together, grow, and change, for better, or maybe for worse. Now, as a bit of a concept, I usually would never necessarily be the guy that would necessarily be the biggest fan of seeing Neji on a team with Naruto, just because of the stuff that can get messed up with that. But at the same time, I do kind of like the concept here, and it's a very fairly recent fanfic. It only has 6 chapters, so it's pretty easy to get into right away. And it only has around 13,000 words, which compared to a lot of other fanfics, it's not necessarily a lot. And I hope a lot of you guys will watch this fanfic become something interesting. The next one that I'm recommending is The Jinchuriki's Brother by Gogos14. Naruto is born in a happy family, but things go south and the QB ends up sealed into his sister Narumi. With his sister as the only family left, Naruto vows to take care of her. With a strong foundation set by his parents and a motivation to match, Naruto must become strong enough to protect her from threats both inside and outside the village. Powerful Naruto, Boil Release Kekkei Genkai. As a concept, having Boil Release as something that's used here by a main character is really interesting, because Boil Release was used by Mei Terumi, the 5th Mizukage, but Mei is necessarily known for having insane feats, and yeah, Boil Release doesn't necessarily get the most shine. So this fanfic is kinda doing a decent job of at least making Boil Release something that's relevant in this story. And again, it does have a powerful Naruto, not OP Naruto, just a powerful Naruto, because obviously you don't necessarily want to have Naruto become OP, especially with a Kekkei Genkai that doesn't necessarily have the full capabilities of being OP, unlike something like the Sharingan, but definitely could have a lot more use. But I think a lot of this fanfic is interesting in concept, and it does have 21 chapters. It is very long, it has 141,000 words, but it is interesting as a concept. Its most recent chapter was updated around a day ago, as I'm recording this, November 28th. So, hopefully you guys get into this fanfic. Let me know what you think about it. And, yep, again, Jinchuriki's Brother by Gogos14. Again, I'll leave a link to that and the previous fanfic in the description. Now, the next fanfic is a fanfic that was published in 2010 and most recently was updated in 2018. So, it hasn't gotten an update in a while, but I think a lot of you guys should read it. It has 588,000 words. 53 chapters, and the fanfic is called Shinobi of the High Seas by Kenichi618. Now, if you're familiar with Kenichi618, you would know that he made the fanfic Better Left Unsaid. Now, this fanfic kind of entails Naruto kind of going out on the high seas and trying to seek a place for him in a new world, and since it's a One Piece world, it is a very big world, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, Naruto is just finding himself in place for a new world, and he'll probably enjoy himself as much as possible. But yeah, if you like crossover fanfiction, and you like Naruto, and you like One Piece, then this fanfic will be for you. And yeah, that's another recommendation. And again, it's written by the same dude who wrote Better Left Unsaid, so what could go wrong, right? Now, the next fanfic is a combination of Naruto and one of my favorite cartoons growing up, the Teen Titans. Not Teen Titans Go, but Teen Titans 2002 or 2003, I believe. Yeah, so this fanfic is basically Naruto being transported into the world of Teen Titans after his clash in the Final Valley with Sasuke. In this fanfic, you essentially get a Naruto x Raven pairing, and I gotta say, this fanfic is kinda well done, in my opinion, for what it is. And yeah, I really actually like the story. I don't want to give too many spoilers to this. Well, again, I do like it. Unfortunately, it hasn't updated since August 22nd of 2019, but if you want to read what's there, you can do that. The fanfic was made by, The Quiet Sage. And yeah, it's a pretty good fanfic in my opinion. So again, a Raven Sage by The Quiet Sage. A link to that will be in the description. Now, the next fanfic I'm going to be talking about is a fanfic that I got commented on from my last fanfic recommendations video. And this fanfic is written by the commenter Axel Boost, who has written 13 chapters of a fanfic called Life Without Kurama. Now, the basic premise of this entire story is very simple. Naruto does not have Kurama. A fateful night in early October changed everything for Minato and Kushina, the happy couple about to welcome their beloved son Naruto and Uzumaki into the world. The disaster that took place altered his life and the world of ninja forever, but what if it didn't? Read on to experience a version of the world of Naruto without that key incident. And essentially it is again Naruto without Kurama throughout the entirety of the story. It's 13 chapters. The most recent update was on September 30th of 2021, of course. And it could be interesting for any of you guys who are interested in reading a story where Naruto does not have Kurama. And it might not be for everybody because people do like Naruto with Kurama and stuff that kind of developed there. So some people might not like it. But I think it's worth giving the fanfic a shot. And shout out to Axel Boost for writing this fanfic. The next fanfic that I'm recommending here is called Wrath of Fire by Zornkon number 0. So you might be wondering what this fanfic is about. Well, it basically goes like this. Danzo became the Furokage instead of Hiruzen and started a regime to bring the shinobi world to his own twisted way of thinking. Danzo and his many allies are opposed by a group of rogues that fight to bring back the will of fire to the world. So, essentially in this story, Naruto and a bunch of his group or whatever are basically rebels that are trying to oppose Danzo, of all people. Which I find to be very interesting because there is a reality where Danzo does become the Furokage instead of Hiruzen. Where Hiruzen dies before he becomes the Furokage, and Danzo ends up taking over the Leaf Village, and he can enact whatever policies he wants onto the Hidden Leaf Village and do his own thing. Which is not necessarily good if you know who Danzo is. Now, for anyone who wants to read this fanfic, again, I will leave a link to in the description. And here's a big thing about this fanfic. Unlike a lot of the fanfics I've talked about so far, this one is complete. 34 chapters. Its first chapter was published on May 27, 2010, and its last chapter was uploaded April 1st of 2012. It has 281,499 words, and yeah, this fanfic is complete, which means you do not have to worry about the fanfic not getting an extra chapter because it's not complete, because it is a fanfic. This fanfic is complete. So again, I'll leave a link to this fanfic in the description. Again, shout out to Zornkon for writing this fanfic. Now, the next fanfic I'm recommending is another one I found on my comment section, and it's called My Hero Shippūden. This fanfic is on Wattpad, and it's an AAU where Boku no Hero Academia meets Naruto Shippūden. Kage teleports Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura into the world of My Hero Academia before they can seal her. They meet in Class 1A in the Beast Force, but things don't go too well when they meet the heroes. Yeah, an MHA, Naruto crossover. Very interesting, if I do say so myself. Now, one big thing I will say is that the fanfic has no manga spoilers for MHA, but if you're on the MHA side and you haven't really watched Naruto Shippuden, you should probably, watch all of Naruto Shippuden before you read it. But yeah, that's kind of basically the gist of the entire fanfic. And if you like Naruto and you like My Hero Academia, this fanfic should be for you. I'll leave a link to it in the description. Shout out to the Muscle Lisa for writing this fanfic. We only got 2 recommendations left. The first one is a fanfic called Naruto 13. Basically, Naruto and Naruto Shippuden if Minato and Kushina had lived. The dude got the idea from the 6th movie, and he was in the kind of mood to make a story where Naruto has a family. Now, in this story, I'll just say this. It's a really good story. Naruto is strong. He's smart. It's Naruhina. It's Minato x Kushina. What more could you want? And the best part is that, guess what? This fanfic is also complete like Zoran Khan's fanfic. So, you have the ability to read 103 chapters, 250,000 words of a complete fanfic. The first chapter was uploaded on April 19th, 2014. Last chapter uploaded on December 20th, 2014. To me, this is a really good fanfic to get you into what if Minato and Kushina had lived fanfics, because it is nicely written, even though it does have grammatical issues like all fanfics. And in my opinion, I do like the ending that they put in for the story, though not everyone's gonna like it. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but you might have mixed opinions depending on what you like. Anyways, if you want to read this fanfic, I'll leave links in the description. Again, Naruto 13, written by Danny versus a month. Got it? Good. Alright, the last fanfic recommendation of the video is called Konoha's Dream Team. Essentially, this is Naruto with Mokutan and Sasuke with his Sharingan, obviously. And both Naruto and Sasuke are known as the unbeatable duo. You've got a good Sasuke in this fanfic, and you even got a Naru-Ino pairing, which is always a fun pairing to write. Now again, if you want to read this fanfic, I'll leave a link to it in the description. It was written by Zeno no Kyubi, and I hope you guys, again, will read it and enjoy it, though unfortunately it is not complete and has not been updated since 2018. Though again, I hope you do enjoy it regardless. Now, I will end off this video with a question of the day. What fanfics do you want for our next fanfic recommendations video? That's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this fanfic recommendations video. I have not done this in 10 months, but I hope you guys enjoyed this regardless. And in the future, I hope to make more fanfic recommendations videos in the future. Shout out to my boy Drew for ending this video. Shout out to all the writers who have written these fanfics and put their blood, sweat, and tears into these projects. And again, I hope you guys enjoy this week's batch of videos. Go follow me on any of these social medias. I would greatly appreciate that. And shout out to my 10 patrons, my 3 patron Anguish, and my 4 patron Gabe Tidwell. If you want to support me and get more shout outs like these, go to Patreon, which is linked in the description. And follow me on Twitch for some streams that I do over there occasionally. The last thing I want to say here is let's get to 54K and eventually 60K and eventually 100K. And that is all I have to say. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and share the video. This has been your boy, the Anime Sage, signing out. Peace, your ha. Sending Shay closes out. Bye-bye. Peace.